Hey guys, welcome back to Dan is Bad at Coffee. Welcome back to my mini series of videos on the DeLonghi Dinamica Plus. If you've been following this series, you probably figured out that this video is filmed on the same day as the last one because I'm wearing the same glasses. These are my Easter glasses. Happy Easter. So, what we just did in the previous video is we talked about getting as close as possible to coffee shop lattes with the DeLonghi Dinamica Plus, and the difference between going to a coffee shop and interacting with a barista, between interacting with a machine, but then also the recipes that I am using to get close at home, and what the similarities are and what the differences are, both in the quality, the results, as well as with what I'm doing and what I'm asking for. One thing we didn't do in that video is iced lattes, and as the weather gets warmer, one of the reasons why I've always gone to coffee shops more than I've made coffee at home is because in the summer, I don't always want a hot cup of coffee at home. And for some reason, it was always easier for me to just make a cup of coffee, whether it was a latte, usually not a latte, just a cup of coffee with creamer in it. You can make that at home with no problem, but trying to get iced coffee right at home is a lot more problematic. So that's why we're doing a separate video on this today. We're getting into summer months coming up, and then, again, it's the spring now. So we're going to have to do a lot more experimentation with iced lattes. And this machine has a Truebrew over ice function that is designed to brew coffee at a lower temperature, but allegedly with a similar flavor, so that you can put it over ice without melting the ice as quickly. So my curiosity, and what we're going to go over to the kitchen and try to find out, is temperature notwithstanding, how does it taste compared to an espresso shot? Because again, if I'm making an iced latte, it normally would be made with espresso, not cold brew. So if it's weaker or substantively different in taste than espresso, it's not going to make a good iced latte. So what we're going to do is we're going to brew a double shot of regular espresso. We'll let it cool down, we'll taste it, and we'll brew the equivalent quantity. I don't know if it comes in shots, we'll find out when we get over there, of the Truebrew over ice. We'll taste it, we'll see how they compare, and then we will put it in milk and see if there's a tangible, tasteable difference when you make an iced latte, and whether or not the Truebrew function is in fact a good idea, whether it's a miss, or whether it's, 6 of one, half dozen of another. So let's go over to the kitchen and do some science. Okay, today we're going to do a little experimentation. What I want to do is I want to compare the cold brew over ice function to the espresso shot function. So first we're going to go to strongest espresso double. Once again, I'm using the clear cups so you can see what's inside. They're not the ideal cups for this sort of liquid, but they are the ideal cups for seeing what's inside. Regular double espresso shot. Okay, we'll let that cool a little bit. We're just going to taste the coffee. First of all, full strength. Truebrew over ice. Set quantity. That's a great question. I don't know how this works. Set strength. We're definitely going to do maximum strength. Let's just start with the smallest quantity. Let's see how this goes. I'm not doing that right now because I just want to taste the quality of the coffee that comes out of it. Good thing I have more glasses, because then what we can do is we can compare this till we get a size that's similar to both a regular shot and a double shot. I think for an iced latte you'd probably want a double shot. This is the smallest size. Don't think we're going to want to go any larger, looking at the size of this. Yeah, so the smallest size is about the same size as a double espresso. Let it cool down some, but it sure seems like this one is more bitter and this has more flavor. And the temperature doesn't seem that different. Granted, this one's been sitting for longer, but I'll compare them after they've cooled. But as of right now, I'm not seeing a real strong reason to use this function. We'll come back to it. I'm pausing the video. Okay, some time has passed. Let's try it again. Still pretty warm. Doesn't taste nearly as bitter anymore, but definitely still tastes weaker. I think at some point we'll have to experiment with iced coffee and see how they compare. At least now we know the sizes. So, depending on how I decide to do this, you may see that video spliced immediately after this one, or it may be a completely different installment. So, if this is the end, then thanks for watching, and if it's not the end, then see you in a few minutes. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'll post what went wrong in the outtakes, but suffice it to say, we need a second take. So I'm running out of this vanilla bottle that I've been trying to get rid of, which is good. So I'm going to use it up, and then we'll switch to this almond bottle that I'm trying to get rid of. One, two, three. Is there enough? I don't have to get into the almond. 4. Okay. I guess we're fine on that. That was false alarm. This time we can do the ice first. Got one extra. Okay, so for our first one, we are going to do strength full espresso double shots. Oh, okay. Time for more coffee. Okay, well, let's pause the video. I gotta open a new bag of coffee. Okay, well, if you haven't noticed, part of these videos has been using up extras or stuff I have that's about to expire, that sort of thing. So when we ran out of beans just then, we ran out of a bag of beans that I was trying to use all of before they got too stale. So we're on a fresh bag now. Okay. That's the regular double shot. This is the... This seems to be superfluous because when I hit the Truebrew over ice, it asks for strength again. But I'm not going to risk it. We want to make sure it's strong. Okay, now one of the mistakes I made before was I added too much milk, so we're going to start smaller. That still seems like a lot, and I didn't really add that much. We'll start there. If anything, I'd say I'd give a slight edge to the Truebrew. Could be because it didn't melt the ice as fast. You can definitely tell there's more ice in that one, although of course it's the one I brewed second, so that's not exactly a fair comparison. But it definitely has a little more coffee taste. Yeah. I can't really make a determination. I don't feel like I added that much milk that time, but yeah. If you guys have one of these, please, or any machine that does the Truebrew over ice, please post your comments. Let me know what you think, because just based on these tests, I'm not coming to a strong conclusion. So it would be wonderful to have your input if you're able to try the same thing. Weather's getting warmer, so I'm going to be doing a lot less hot coffee and a lot more iced coffee. So I will be in a position to try this a lot more, and if I come up with a strong conclusion, I will definitely report back. As always, thanks for watching, and now stay tuned for the take that didn't go as well. Thanks for watching. Bye, Fanstick. Okay, decided to do it now. Like Bill O'Reilly says, let's do it live. So we're going to add the syrup first. Normally I think I do syrup, then ice. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm trying to use up this small bottle of Torani. Okay. I'm just going to put half the ice in each glass. Okay, and I'm just going to pour out the rest of this milk from the frother, which is still relatively cold. We're just going to fill these cups basically to the top. They about the same? Okay, it's a little weak for me. So I may have to do this over and just not fill the glasses so high. It's not bad, but I could use more coffee taste, especially since I'm trying to compare the coffee. At this ratio, there's no difference. So take that for what it is. Neither one's bad. Neither one, in both you can taste the coffee. It's just I would like it a little stronger on the coffee. Let's see what happens. Let's go all the way. No, this is the Truebrew, isn't it? This would be the espresso. Did I do that wrong? If I screwed that up, then the whole test is screwed up. So hopefully I'll have to watch that carefully. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. Well, I'll watch the playback and see. I'm just gonna have to stop that. It is interesting that the brewer sounds different. And stop. What I can't tell you that one's a little weaker, but it's also better. Yeah, not getting a real sense of difference. I'll probably play with it some more, but at this point I don't see any reason to not use whichever function that you prefer. It's similar enough. You're not getting a real advantage from the over ice version, but you're not getting a huge taste advantage from doing it the more traditional way. Okay, that's definitely it for today. If I add another installment, you'll see it here. Otherwise, you'll see it in a future video. And either way, thanks for watching.